What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, I'm Dan Weiss, and we are going to work on the Buell Blast today, and we're going to do fork seals and dust caps. And I'm going to show you how you can do it at home with minimal tools, without much room to work, and we're going to get it done and get this thing back up and running. Let's see how bad they are. So you can see some cracking on the dust caps, both of them. Feels real soft. I think it's time to fix that. In order to replace your fork seals, you'll need the following. Variety of Allen keys. I used the 3/16 and number 6. Also 5/16 socket to remove the axle nut. 5/8 for the triple clamp assembly. 12 mil for the bottom of one of the forks. Any adapters you may need, breaker bar. Get yourself a 1.5 inch PVC pipe from Home Depot. They sell them about 2 foot lengths, so you can set the seals, get your new seal and dust caps, some picks, a razor blade, straps or ratchet straps, an old rag, some ATF fluid or proper hydraulic fluid for the forks, maybe some WD penetrating oil, container and funnel, and also a container to put the old stuff in, and a mallet to help set the seals. This is just a general items list. You may need more, you may need less. The thing we're going to do is you're going to put your bike on some sort of stand. I have a little stand from Harbor Freight, like $30, works great, but since we have to remove these forks, we need something else. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this to support the front of the bike. I'm going to show you one way and tell you about another. Is that the exhaust sits under the bike, and that's where you can support it with a floor jack, or you can replace this with floor jacks and have some sort of motorcycle lift go underneath it. I don't want to take this off, so what I did instead, I bought some straps from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to take these, wrap them around the handlebar, and hang them from the ceiling right here. I got the bike strapped up. Nothing crazy. I just want to keep it so that it won't sag once I take the front wheel off, and then we can remove the forks, and it should just hang there. This bike is only about 300 pounds, so these straps should do it. Hopefully, yeah, it'll be fine. Is we're going to remove this front axle. You need a 15/16 inch socket to get off this bolt, and a breaker bar. And before we fully remove the axle, we're also going to take off the brake caliper with a 1/2 inch socket. Should be able to just turn the forks a little bit. So I disconnected the caliper. You can just leave it sitting on the brake, or you can get star bits and take off the disc. I don't think I need to do that, but what we're going to do next is loosen up the triple clamp. We're going to loosen up the triple clamp assembly. I think it uses 9/16. We'll see. And then we'll get the appropriate Allen key for up top. So we have to fully remove the forks. So I think at the top of the triple clamp assembly, there's some Allen keys. Now, I didn't have any imperial sizes that worked, but a number 6. Number 6 seems to fit nicely for me. And it loosened right up. Now, I got this loose, but I think just to make my life easier, I'm going to remove my LED headlight. This may differ entirely for you. I'm not entirely sure because I'd never had the original headlight on this bike. So, loosen up the headlight bracket, do what you need to do. I'm just going to jump ahead to having this off. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And we're there. So, I'm just going to this up here for now. Try and slide these forks down. Now it is very important not to ruin the seal here, so that means be very careful with the exposed part of the shock. I'm gonna try and be as gentle as I can. I'm gonna put the camera down too. So forks removed, the bike looks really wonky like this, but it's holding put. We got the front forks off. I'm gonna organize and let's just skip right to where we're ready for that. So I got my fork seals off of eBay. Nothing special. 37 millimeter, pretty standard I believe. Now it's time to remove the seal, drain the oil, and yeah. Now that you got the front forks off, take off the cap on the top. I use the little pick. You could probably use a flathead. It comes off real easy. So what you got to do next is you got to push down on what's called spring seat B, which is this what looks like a metal cap with a spherical indent in the center of the fork. Now you're supposed to put it in some sort of tube clamp to hold the top of the fork in place. I don't have that, so I actually put it back in the triple clamp assembly, and I'm going to use something to push this down. Then you lift up the retaining clip that's around here. Mine's a little cruddy, but you'll notice it. So you push down the seat, lift up the clamp and the seat B. So I'm going to show you what I was talking about. This is seat B, and then there's a little metal retaining clip. You can kind of see right here. Now, mine was a little corroded, so I put a little bit of penetrating oil on top. Now you can move it. Can't move it with my hand, but I'm going to see if I can pry it out with this pick. See how that presses down? Once you can get it pressed down like that, you should be able to access that retaining clip and pick it out. I can't hold the camera and do this though. Metal clip is out. And it'll want to pop up. Mine's a little crusty. Alright, I'm going to loosen up this real quick. Alright, once you remove the slider tube cap, the retaining spring, and the B spring seat, you're going to want to remove the spring collar, put it off to the side. There's this washer, the lower spring seat, and then the spring itself. So here's everything that sits inside the shock. Now I realized I don't have my oil pan, so I'm going to use a bottle and a funnel. Try not to make a mess. Now you're going to want to pump this 8 to 10 times. Alright, now that we drained the fluid, we're going to pop this dust cap off so that we can replace the fork seal itself. Perfect. They look exactly the same, which is good, but this one's cracked right here and it's a little bit of dry rot. This one should work really nice. There's a metal retaining clip right in here. Just take a pick and you should be able to get it out pretty easily. There we go. So one thing I realized was seal up the end of the fork, and you also have to back out the what was for me a 12 millimeter bolt that just sandwiches the washer for the axle into place. And then you'll notice on the inside another hex bolt. You need to remove that in order to back out the top half of the fork so that you can remove the fork seal, it's just the new one, and be able to place the new one into it. Now I'm having difficulty at the moment because I have nothing to keep the bottom of this fork from moving. Alright, I figured out how to get that 6mm bolt out, or hex bolt, whatever, out of the shock bottom, or fork bottom. You're gonna hate me for this, but it works. So what I did was I wrapped the whole thing in an old yoga mat that my girlfriend had, so maybe talk to your girlfriend, offer to buy her a new one. Get a nice big breaker bar in order to get this out. It's a real pain, but I got it loose, so now it just spins freely. So this is the bolt with the washer that comes out on the bottom of the fork here. So I'm just going to put that off to the side so I don't lose it. That the bolt is out, we should just be able to pull this right out with a little bit of effort. Got it. A little bit of force necessary. We're just going to slide the fork seal off. So this is the whole point of doing this. We wanted to remove this guy. So I already took the little spring out of this one because I was messing around, but you can see the difference. Perfect. Slide it right back in. One thing you're going to do to save you a lot of time and effort trying to press the seal and breaking something is you're going to go to Home Depot. You're going to grab, I think it's an 1.5" PVC. Bring the old seal so you can line it up. You'll find it fits perfectly between the inside and outside diameter of the seal. They sell them in pre-cut, I think it's like 2-foot lengths. So you're going to put this right over and just tap down. Alright, that looks like it's perfect. I don't know how well you can see it, but we're going to take our clip now, place it back inside. It's actually, you can just put this in by hand, it makes it so easy. Now, we're going to put our dust cap, our new one, slide it right over top, press it down. Look at that, looks great. Alright, now that it's assembled, you're going to take your spring, drop it in the same way you did before, the seat, and then the collar. Get your fluid, or hydraulic fluid, or whatever it is. I've heard ATF fluid works fine. So you want to pour in 9.2 fluid ounces. I have that approximately where I want it, so I'm going to keep it there. You're just going to pour it right down the neck. Once you get the fork nice and snug, you're going to take the B seat and the retaining clip. Place this on top, push it down, and then try and get this guy back in at the same time. Alright. Wasn't too difficult. It probably made it look harder than it actually is. So I should be able to just put that back on top. And that should be good. Now, once you got the one fork done, go ahead and do the other side. It definitely feels a lot stiffer, which is kind of nice. It feels less spongy. I still have yet to take it for a ride, but I gotta bleed the brakes, and that's really all I have time for tonight. So, Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see done on the bike. I'll do what I can, but I really appreciate the help. And once again, and thank you, and I'll see you next time.